Last we left off, you all adventured through the realm of Iristel, the ruins. You had a fight with some fish. You broke some magic locks on a large vault door within the ruins. You managed to take the black eye and use it to escape a greater riftborn that was chasing you through the depths of the vault. And for better or for worse, you all decided to fix some runes on a pedestal and teleport into a swamp.
We didn't choose to do that, okay?
It's true.
It just happened.
Guys, I just realized I didn't open my music. Give me 2 seconds.
Alright. Oh yeah, music for you.
Because I need something or I will fall asleep while doing this. Okay, what do I want? Something dramatic.
The rush hour.
The Grand Theft Auto 4 theme.
Among Us Draft Remix, basically. You're not gonna fall asleep to that. I'll tell you that much.
We need to get the bot in here so I can just start playing stupid shit while we're playing. Okay.
Yeah, are there new actual bots nowadays?
Hydra does the job on the Cyberpunk server that Kevin and I are in.
What is Hydra?
The bot.
Dude,
Music
oh my
bot?
god. You are so... Are you on Euro Truck Simulator right now?
No, but I could be. I'd have to go upstairs to grab the wheel though and the pedals.
Okay.
Also, you'd see a wheel like literally here. So
Would I?
it wouldn't really work. Yeah,
Is it
pretty
that
big.
high for you? You're like,
it's pretty
Driving
big. Well, my desk is pretty high up, so.
okay. I need everybody to roll me a
No.
d20 and tell me the result.
No.
Wait, what for?
Can I say I rolled
Because-
a 20, even if it's not?
Because we're seeing where you guys landed, each of you.
Oh, I rolled a tree.
Ah,
I
fuck, I don't have
landed.
my trait. Okay, give me
I
a
rolled a
second.
1.
Beautiful. Love to hear it.
Wait, how do you already have a 1?
What's that supposed to mean? You roll a d20 and then you get a result.
Mathematically, it is only like a 5% chance.
I mean, what I mean is
Uh-huh.
that's the first natural one of the year.
That's
I'm
true.
no
Man,
different.
that sucks.
I also
Oh.
got the first natural 20 of the year.
Hey-o. I've got my dice ready.
That's the first, my first roll of the year.
Hey, that's a 9.
Take it.
That's the first natural 9 of the year.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a 9.
So, which of them two? That means you rolled a 20, right?
I did roll a 20.
Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna need you for the rest of like the campaign. You're,
No,
you're
dude.
in another
Who
country.
said 20 was a good number?
I wouldn't say
yeah.
20 was a good number.
All right, Laura, what was your roll?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. Shit.
And Shy, yours was a 9?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. It's Shayenda.
It is. It is indeed Cheyenne. Okay.
You forgot
And
my
remind
fucking
me,
name?
who
No, I
has
forgot how
the
to pronounce
head of Baron Trace? I don't recall.
Oh, that would be
That'd
me.
be Laura.
Gotcha.
That's the head. I have
Widow.
the
So
eye.
no head.
That's gonna
Wait, why do you have an eye? What?
I
How
have
did you
the-
even get the eye?
I grabbed it before I jumped through the portal.
Yeah.
You grabbed his eye.
No, the eye.
The black eye.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Then we will start with our dear Mitra at a natural 1.
Yippee.
You're in the glorious pits of hell.
Mitra, as you jump through the portal, everything seems to go to blackness for a moment. You can't see or feel anything other than the feeling of motion rippling through your form. It's kind of like feeling your feet are planted on a conveyor belt moving very quickly as you're suddenly moved a great distance in all but a second. You suddenly feel solid earth beneath you and your eyes start to adjust to this dimly lit green area, the soft ground squelching under the weight of your heavy Goliath form. You have stone behind you. Your back is against a wall almost. You can see in front of you like the mouth of a cave, not very deep, maybe only a few meters or so into this area. And in front of you lies a massive forest swamp type area, these large mushroom trees obscuring a lot of view, the soft lighting from a lot of this lichen and fluorescent mold rather, in front of you. Could you give me a perception check, please?
Perception, sure thing. Hold up there, Ren. Perception. That is a 11.
11. The first thing you notice looking around this cave space is the amount of webs in your vicinity. These large, thick, heavily matted, webs. They run the entire floor, and the walls here, your feet are starting to stick to them, and moving is getting a little difficult. But currently nothing seems to have noticed you, at least yet.
Okay. What a conundrum she's in, so to speak. Let's see. Alright, well, if that's the thing usually, when you are somewhere unfamiliar, you'll either stay put and hope someone will find you, or you could be very silly and leave. However, I think the tables are turned in this case, and I think she thinks the same thing as well. You know, considering there's webs, which kind of implies that this has been set up, even if it is a wee bit matted. So she is going to. Well, there's rock behind her, right? So
Yes, you're in the back wall of the cave.
Back wall of the cave. Okay, that's pretty sus. Could be worse. Okay, well, she is just going to keep moving against the wall, in any direction, to see whether that kind of gets her out through the cave rather than just walking straight forward.
Yeah. You hug the wall and start to scoot along it, taking careful steps and trying to step over some of the larger portions of this web. Luckily, you're certainly strong enough to push through any difficult terrain in this way. You push for a short time, maybe 5 minutes or so along one edge of the wall, the left will say. Nothing seems to be coming to get you. Whatever may have made these webs seems to be gone for the time being. And eventually you emerge at the mouth of the cave following this left wall. Looking out, these trees stand immense, much taller than those of Ice Barrow or White Spire, taller even than any you would have seen in your time with your tribe. This place is completely unfettered and untouched by man, it seems. It is an entirely natural space. The first thing that catches your eye is this brown river moving very slowly with lots of fish and small crabs that move within it. And the form of Lara, who emerges from a portal and lands in the water with a 3. Holding the head of Darren Trace.
How deep is the water?
5-6 feet. You'll have to swim, so if you could give me an athletics check, that'd be great. But it isn't an excessively
it'll
strong
basically
current.
be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
What?
What did you say? Athletics or
Athletics.
acrobatics? 21?
Yeah, you land gracefully with a splash and quickly swim out and get to shore, managing to avoid any wildlife that might be moving through this river. You both notice now that this river does these lazy spirals through this area. It's always curving and moving in random directions, it seems, although always moving in the same direction. The course of the current rather, is always consistent. It seems to be pushing deeper into this bog-like area, but you are conjoined at the moment, and we'll jump over to Tyken. Tyken, you had the forethought to grab the black eye, and thus your hands are fairly full as you slam down onto some soft ground. Your body wearied from the wounds of the day prior. You stand near to a body, or not a body of water, but rather a fast-moving, clear blue river. It moves quickly through the area, cutting in almost straight lines. The space around you is eerily quiet. You don't hear the sounds of wildlife. And what's most disconcerting is this river has pieces of ice that move through it, but the space you're in is fairly warm. It belies something unnatural. Even to you, someone who isn't far traveled, you look at that and go, I don't think that's right. But you land softly at the river's edge, managing to keep a good hold on the black eye of Iris Tell.
How big is
And
that?
you are shoulder width, roughly.
Okay. So it's probably not
It's
gonna
fairly big.
Yeah, so it's probably not going to fit my backpack.
No, it's more of a tuck it under your arm for now. Mostly trees, no vision of any of your friends at the moment.
Okay.
Eerily quiet.
Can I see which direction the river body of water is flowing? Is it like you said, it was a river, right? Is it flowing?
Yeah.
one way?
So to the side that you're standing, it's moving to your right at a brisk pace. You see the current is fairly rapid. And looking further down the river, you can actually see it become some whitewater rapids later on down the river.
Okay. I'll just kind of, I think, guess the best I can, just hug the river and just follow it down the direction it's flowing.
Okay.
And start heading that direction.
Go ahead and give me a...
You know, like thing under my arm.
Oh, fuck. It's been a minute. Survival's a skill, isn't it?
Sure. It is actually
Let's do it.
a skill.
Sorry, I've got to clear my mind of cyberpunk for a minute.
10.
So, sure is a skill.
Okay. Yeah, you start to follow this path, and before long, you do notice, similar to what I described for your friends, this lazy brown river that seems to intersect and cut into this bright blue river. Although you notice the waters never intermingle. This brown river, when it intersects with the blue rapid river, is always keeping a thin line between the two, where one side is murky and slow moving and the other is very quickly moving and beautifully clear.
So the
Go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would.
Good. 19.
19. Taking a quick look, you notice that there's almost no wildlife in this blue rapid river. The brown one is full of small fish and crabs. It seems to be heartily full of animals of all varieties. And now you finally start to hear the sounds of frogs in the distance and things like that.
Yeah, so before, at some point, I don't know how long was I walking for?
I would say no more than 5-6 minutes. You haven't seen anyone yet.
So before it gets, the river gets to the point to where it's murky, and it's still that clear blue, can I just reach down and taste it?
Yeah. Tasting the blue side of the river, it is fresh water, ice cold. But yeah.
I mean, I'm immune to disease, so...
Yeah. Good to know. Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not worried about drinking this.
But like I said, as a point of clarity, they run together but do not intermingle. It's called a confluence. And it certainly isn't something you see normally in nature.
Right.
Not often, anyway. Do we have our Cheyenda? Question mark?
He's just
We do.
What's that called?
Cheyenda, you, after a short time, feel your feet mash down into a marsh, the soft ground swallowing up to the ankle in the moment. You land next to this large tree, neither of the rivers that I've described being near to you in the moment. The area you're in isn't entirely silent, but all you can hear is loud chittering up in the trees. This strange, heavy chitinous noise carrying throughout the space.
Cool. I will.
Gently remind me, how banged up are you from the last session?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Not very much.
Okay,
I've lost 3 HP.
good to know.
Cheyenda will try and look around for somewhere to hide from whatever animals there might be around here.
Yeah, go ahead and give me either perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Let's go investigation. That's a 5. That's an 8.
Okay. You look around for a moment, trying to calm yourself before something might jump onto you. Off to your left side, across this small clearing area, you notice stone running along one side, these large caves appearing before you, some high, some low. And the area you're in and off to your right would be more trees and forest, the soft marshy ground and some standing water. The thing that would stand out even with an 8 is that you don't see any wildlife of any kind. Even though you can hear it, you don't see anything around at the ground floor level with you.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, here's the thing though. Wow, I can't remember. Can I possibly remember like an item that Lara possesses? Like a very specific item?
Yeah, the
she
dagger
always
that
has?
she kept trying to stab you with.
Oh yeah, that for example. I'm gonna well, Shinda will, try and sit and sort of take a necklace out of his out of his neck, and he's gonna try and cast locate object.
Okay.
Trying
And
to
you're
locate
focusing
the,
on the dagger that she kept cutting herself and you with. Mm-hmm. You feel a ping pulling you, what we'll say is straight, but it'd be north. It doesn't feel too far off. So
Well, there's a yeah. Okay, cool.
unless there's a point of clarity in the spell that I can give you.
Describe blah blah blah. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you.
Oh, it is certainly within 1,000 feet.
If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Lara, are you currently in motion, or are you and Mitra just standing around being scared?
Well, Laura will first get out of the water. Swallowed water. Sorry. And I assume Mitra's like within viewing distance?
Yeah, you guys would easily see each other. One of you standing, almost 7 feet tall in the distance.
Just be like, whoa. Grab my dagger and be like, oh, it's you. Oh, okay. Where are we?
I don't know.
And I'll, with the other hand, I'll just be like, yeah, thank goodness I have. Okay. Not much left of him, I guess. I assume it's the guy's head. I forgot his name, but it's
Aaron
the guy's
Trace,
head.
yes.
Yeah.
How dare you disrespect the memory of what's his name again?
Darren Trace. We just said it.
She watches as Laura does that, and she's just kind of like, okay, well,
I swear I didn't do it.
we've got more important things to worry about, such as where the others are.
They're not with you?
She looks around again and kind of like, she doesn't say it, but it's like, that's a stupid question. So she just kind of looks at you like, no. She just casts a brief glance around before looking at the stream again and says, well, perhaps it's best we follow where this runs. Typically leads to some sort of settlement.
All right. After you.
Wait. Oh, well. Okay.
Meanwhile, Cheyenne's casting the spell, and the necklace just kind of floats off his neck, pulling him wherever. And if he sees something that is alive and looks at him, he will blast it.
Good to
That's
know.
all.
Okay. Give me one perception check then, as you're moving along.
What? That's
kitty.
it's a conspiracy. Okay.
My only player that hates to roll.
8.
Okay. Well, you move along until you finally reach a muddy riverbank, and you keep following in the direction of what you assume to be Lara and anyone that might be with them. For now, you don't see anything currently. Nothing seems to be watching you. You don't feel eyes upon you, Shayenda. Though it is still... There is wildlife in the river now, but it's still eerily quiet in this space. The normal din of nature isn't here. But do with that what you will. For you, Tyken, you move along the river for a time, but you haven't seen any friends yet, maybe 15, 20 minutes of walking. The two rivers still running together in parallel.
Wait, so it's 2 rivers separated?
It's 2 rivers that are together. They're one river technically, but you can see 2 clear differences of the bodies of water.
Gotcha.
I can drop a picture in
I
Laura.
understand now. I got it.
Okay.
I understand it now. I thought when you said 2 rivers, I was like, wait. So I was picturing not 2 rivers together like this.
They weren't originally, but as you moved, they fell
Right.
in together.
I was more. I thought the water changed. Like
No.
supposed to parallel together, keeping running. Yeah.
And as you move along, occasionally that brown river spiders off on its own for a time and then cuts back
Gotcha.
in.
Yeah.
It seems to do these lazy spirals around this much faster, clearer water. I would say, Shayenda, it doesn't take you too long. I assume you're moving at a fairly quick pace, not wanting to be alone.
Fuck that.
No? Going slow?
No, I am going at my own pace.
Okay. Then Lara and Mitra, as you push along for a time following the river towards a settlement, you eventually would catch up to Tyken, who's moving at a fairly beleaguered pace considering the current state of his form. Eventually you would see him kind of walking down the river further along, just his back, probably shield stowed, holding something heavy in front of him. But do with that what you will.
Who goes there?
Oh, hello?
Hello? Who are you?
Mara?
Oh, it's you, Tyken. You live.
Yeah? You okay?
Yeah. Do you know where we are?
No.
Right. Are you hurt?
Find some place to bed down and get to the castle.
Is
I'm
Sayanda
tired.
with you?
No, I just popped out by myself. I managed to make sure I grabbed this though. Holding up the eye.
Laura wants to say something about the eye, but just doesn't answer. And shouldn't we be looking for
Alright, go on.
Sayanda? I mean, if you guys are all close, then search for Sayanda, right?
Yeah, I didn't see anyone as I was coming, along this way. I just was trying to walk down the river, I guess. Hopefully find some sort of settlement. Rest.
Right. Well, let's keep our eyes open and continue walking. Hopefully we find Sayanda. Otherwise, I'll have to make my way back.
Lara,
Why don't-
remind me, did you leave the head of Darren Trace where you were?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, why don't we just take a break for like an hour, maybe?
Why?
Rest.
In this unknown place?
Well, there's 3 of us now together. Maybe he's walking and he'll run into us. I don't know. I'm just tired. And
I would say,
really
for
need
you, Lara, your brother is beat to shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, not my problem.
I mean, mean,
Like blood gouting from wounds beat to shit.
I'm dying. No, we could.
Okay. Fine. Sit down. I'll check you over. Meanwhile, I need you to do something for me as well.
me?
Yes.
Okay.
Since we're sitting down and resting, I'll hand him the dagger that has been hurting me. I found this, but every time I use it, it hurts me. Can you see or find out why?
Not at the moment, no.
What?
I need
Why?
to sleep for a long time.
We're not
I'll
sleeping in this cave.
Okay, I'll just hold on to it and shove it in my backpack. And I'll check it out
Don't
later.
lose it.
Okay.
Mitra,
Yes.
are you okay with taking a little break?
If I said no, I think it's unlikely would continue anyway. So,
Well, if you have
Please,
some way to heal him.
if I did, I would have done so already.
Right.
Wait, you just... Where'd the Darren go?
Darren died.
You know where his body is? Maybe he had
No.
something on him that... Oh,
I'm just gonna be honest with you. The only thing that's left of him is his head, and it's back from where we came.
okay. I'm just gonna sit down.
I mean, you can look at the head if you want, but I don't think it'll be helpful.
I'm gonna sit down.
And begin a short rest.
Essentially, attempt to, because we're doing that.
But is
safe
it?
haven
Yeah.
thing.
Can we?
If you have hit dice left, yes, you can use them, but they do not replenish until you're somewhere safe. And as I said before, I'll tell you guys when you feel you are in a safe haven.
You feel you are in a safe haven. Everybody rest.
Chanda, as you tread along this river's edge, still feeling the pull from your necklace, you would notice.
Now, he's found a stick, and also he's like put his coat on his backpack, and he's put some like a cloth around his, around his forehead. He's got a bit of dirt on his, a bit of earth on his cheeks. He went full on survival mode.
Beautiful. As you tread along the river's edge and keep following that pull from your spell, you would eventually come upon the head of Darren Trace, lying in the mud and muck. The eyes still hanging open, the mouth agape.
Con check.
The thing that's most disconcerting is that you start to see these small insects that are moving through the earth and crawling inside the head, the mouth agape, starting to tear away at the flesh and be rid of the body, or just the head in this case.
Is there like a... Wait, no, that's stupid. I'm not gonna throw this in the river.
I mean, there is wildlife in the river. They would handle it, but you would have to touch the head for that.
I have mage hand.
Okay, so
Oh,
you
that's
use mage hand
shit.
to toss. Yeah, hands are clean. You conjure a disapparated. I don't believe mage hand is visible.
Normally it is, but mine isn't.
Yes. An exertion of will is all it takes to toss the head into the river, and very quickly, you notice that these small fish that are in the river are carnivorous and begin to tear the head apart very quickly. A free
I'm
meal
gonna stay
taken
away
heartily.
from the water.
It's at about this point that you do feel like something is watching you from deeper in the woods on the other side of the river. That loud, chittering noise getting much louder easily
I will
audible.
throw a necrotic bolt through the trees and yell, "Fuck off!"
Beautiful. You all, the rest of the party, would hear a shrieky old man voice scream "fuck off" back behind you in the direction you had just walked from.
Found him. Just point in the direction I think he came from.
I assume I don't get murdered.
No. Whatever was watching seems to have been scared off by magic.
Suckers.
Or we'll make our way and say, Shanda, we're over here.
What?
Over here.
Where?
Here.
Okay.
Follow the sound of my voice.
It doesn't take long before you're regrouped.
Looks at his necklace.
It doesn't take too long before you're all regrouped and taking a moment to rest, I assume. So you guys want to spend roughly 45, 50 minutes taking a short rest?
Hey, where the fuck are we?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. Well, so what the fuck happened to Darren Trace?
He's dead.
Well, okay, I know that.
He got pierced by something and only his head made it through.
Mm-hmm. Well. I mean, unlucky.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're officially unemployed again.
Seems like it.
Okay, someone needs to go up a tree and see where the fuck we are. I'm not staying in the jungle forever. Forest, whatever. Swamp.
A question for the party. Who amongst you would consider yourselves religious? I know Tyken, obviously. Okay. Would the two of you both roll me a religion check, please?
Okay. Oh, yikes. I mean, you know. Hey, actually, it's a solid 12. Oh, yeah.
19 and 12. You both are not extensively versed in the Lyrian religion.
What?
The Lyrian religion. Lyria, the goddess of flood and falls.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
That is taken into consideration. That's why you passed the check, Shayanda. The two of you both have a sudden dawning moment as you realize the creation myth for Lyria, the living god, is that she was born in a mire just like this one, where two rivers meet. That the place she was in is very, very akin to where you stand now. And though it was thought lost, this place, you somehow have ended up here. But that would also mean that this place is exceptionally dangerous. That while it is a place that is flourishing, it has life and food and all the things you could need to live, it also has all the severe parts of nature and danger that therein lies. She is a goddess of duality, and it is not comforting to know you're here in this moment.
Is there a tree stump somewhere I can sit on?
Yeah, very near to the river's edge.
Then I'll do that. While saying, fuck shit balls.
Would you say she was the goddess of
Flood and falls.
blood?
Flood,
and falls.
yes.
Blood.
Like,
Yeah.
when your chat gets flooded like bots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's, for the layman, she is a god of both the severity and safety and life that comes from water, very specifically.
Oh my god.
She's also among the ranks of the walking gods, those that are material and have real bodies somewhere in this world. So you all take some time, nearly an hour, resting here. You can roll your hit dice and get your health back up for the time being.
Oh yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
Go ahead and apply.
You can
Okay.
roll hit dice, yes.
But that doesn't apply until.
Your hit
Well-
dice do apply, but when they run out, they don't replenish until you rest.
Yeah,
Until
no,
you get... what's your question then?
No, sorry. So I can roll my hit die and apply my healing.
Yes,
Okay.
but once you're out, they don't replenish
yeah,
until
yeah.
you've had
Oh,
safe haven rest.
Yeah. That's okay. That's.
It also means that spells do not replenish and things like that unless they come back on a short rest.
Gotcha. Yeah. That,
Can I be a warlock?
I'm still so glad nobody chose Warlock. It's so good.
There's still time.
There's always time. As you all sit and rest, who is keeping watch over the group in this time?
Um,
I guess I would,
Not-
and I would also try and get up into the tree, see what's going on, see what's going.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check, I assume, rather than athletics, knowing your
It's all
preferred way
good
of
for me,
moving.
don't worry about it.
Whichever
18.
you'd like. One is much safer than the other. 18?
Used acrobatics.
one is much safer, but I won't tell you which.
I mean, it's pretty easy to know that acrobatics isn't as safe as athletics, I would think. But you take some time as everyone's resting and begin to climb one of the trees nearby. They stand exceptionally tall, and I'm not going to do feet or meters because I'm tired of it. But they're very, very tall in the space, and as you begin to climb up, right as you near the crest to this top part of the tree that you can reach, you start to hear humming. This kind of jaunty, happy tune as you climb up and see her seated in the tree near you. She looks down at the rivers that run near you before looking at you. Well, things are complicated today.
Yeah. Do you know where we are?
Me? She takes a quick look around before shaking her head. No, I mean, it's a weird place. It's strange, and you notice she's much more corporeal than usual in this place. She almost looks like she's here, rather than just being the fleeting idea of being near you. She just goes, it's also alive and hungry.
What?
I can't really describe it, but it's, I don't know. It's somehow good and bad. You hear some twigs snapping in a tree fairly nearby.
Can I fire a arrow immediately at whatever?
Absolutely.
The
Give me an
wrestling-
attack at disadvantage.
Sure. Should roll 11.
With an 11, you knock an arrow and fire quickly into the darkness. You don't hear a squeal. Nothing comes charging out of the wood at you, but everything falls silent again for a time.
And I'll just keep my eyes trained on that. Is that what you meant?
Well, I mean, that's one of many things, but it's not exactly what I meant. I spoke to a lady today.
What?
She was beautiful and kind, but stern.
I have not heard her say that she ever talked to anybody else, right?
No. Never even mentioned another person other than one other person.
Who exactly? Where? What? I don't understand.
It was right after you guys ran from that thing. I was here before you, and I talked to a lady. I don't know. She was old. At least older than Me? Or you?
Where did she go?
She kind of just walked into the water. And she kind of points down to the river. Rivers, plural.
And then
She was gone.
okay. So you're asking me to get into the water?
Oh, no. I don't think that would go well. I just thought I'd tell you. I talked to someone today. That was new. Give me an investigation check. Actually, give me an insight check.
Insight.
I'm warming back up, boys. I remember things again.
11.
You know this person well. There is the faintest shadow that doesn't seem to line up to this person's normal appearance. It's almost like the eyes are a wrong hue, or the nose is slightly crooked.
Okay. Laura will just look at her a bit in disbelief, because like clearly Laura would think that she is saying something really, really weird and out of order. Are you okay? I mean, it's been a while since we talked, but it's a strange story and tough to follow.
Give me a persuasion check, Laura.
Persuasion. 14.
14. She takes a moment, and you see her kind of like let this sigh of relief happen, her shoulders kind of slumping slightly. And she goes, I think I'm okay. Feels like things are changing. Like, I don't know, like someone's talking to me, but not. Like a whisper in the back of my head all the time.
Since when have you had this?
I don't know, the last couple days since you guys left for the ruins. And you notice that, like, she's not where usually she leaves very quickly. Just as fast as she arrives, she's gone. The form is, I mean, nearly perfect, so close to being real that it's kind of disturbing.
And how are you staying here exactly?
I don't know. I guess maybe the veil's thinner here? Or something wants me here? And she kind of looks around again at everything around her. These tall trees that stand, the river below. Looks down at the group of your
Laura
friends.
try to touch her hand?
Yeah. As you reach out, for a heartbeat, it feels like a real person's hand, and then yours falls through it onto the wood below.
What is happening to you?
I don't know. I still don't know what happened to me to get me to this. But it seems like maybe maybe I'm affected by places? I don't know.
But we're supposed to find a place for your rest, not your return.
As you say the word return, there's like this flicker in her form. The realness slips for a moment, almost becoming translucent before it fully fades back into where it was before, and she just goes, yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna go think about some things. Yeah. And then she fades like leaves on the wind.
Laura will just stay in silence, just needing to think about everything that just happened.
Yeah.
This is definitely out of the ordinary for her. So.
Will you give me a perception check as you try to survey your surroundings?
Perception. Natural one.
Beautiful. You take a look, and you notice now that this mire is massive. It is very large, and you see no end to it in any direction. The trees blocking your view from most things, but you do see that the river keeps going for quite some time, occasionally splitting into two and then converging back into one.
Is anybody else awake, by the way, at this point, or no?
They're all awake, more just resting and, sitting about for a moment to catch their breath.
I'll just shout out from the trees. I don't see much, just rivers and trees.
Okay, TM. How long has she been up there?
Oh, she's been up there 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like a while.
Yeah. I'm thinking
Can you
like,
hear her talking to someone?
She's high enough up, it would be hard to do so. You could give me perception if you wanted to be really nosy about your sister's life.
I mean, she's been up there for like 15 minutes. Like that's
Yeah.
a long period of time just to go up and peek around to realize that, right? I think that's partly what Mitra was getting at.
Yeah.
It wasn't about listening more so, but of course, it was a while just
Yeah.
to like scope out a bit of terrain.
That's a 12 perception.
I would like to say maybe by the time she decided to clue everyone in and say, yeah, nothing really. Mita would have tried to make her own way up. I'm trying to get use out of the background feature Outlander.
Okay.
And I'll just, let me put a little screenshot. There we go.
Please do, because I don't want to go looking it up. Cheyenne, I do have a point of, or a question for you, I guess. Would you be paying close attention to Lara while she climbs the tree and surveys your surroundings?
No.
Okay.
I'd be like getting my large whoop out of my bag and trying to make a pit and make fire and then I don't know, like get food or something, like some kind of like, something. I don't fucking know what.
Oh,
Okay.
That's a cool little feat.
It is. That's an amazing background feature. So yeah, you go ahead and climb up after a short time, trying to take your own look. Go ahead and give me a perception check so that you can survey your surroundings, Mitra.
Like catch anything off that perception check.
With a 12, you get the faintest hint of people talking. Like of her talking to herself, maybe.
Okay.
But it's unclear if she's talking to someone or to herself. You're not around your sister that much, so that could be something you just aren't familiar with about her.
Perception is a 19.
Beautiful. You take some time and survey your surroundings. You don't notice an end or like a city anywhere nearby. This space seems to stretch for a very large time and far beyond your vision. But you now have a very good understanding of the layout, and you do begin to notice small game. You see these kind of small, mossy, rabbit-like creatures that jump around that could be good for hunting if you had to survive here for a time. You take a moment after climbing back down and realize that the blue river that runs is fresh water that seems clean and safe to drink. And you notice there's plenty of mushrooms abound that could be added to meals as another form of sustenance. But currently you don't see the correct way out of this space, other than the logical thinking of just follow the river.
Of course. After gleaming all of that, what's Laura doing? Is she like kind of still chilling, or would she have gone down by now?
She would have come down by now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. She does after surveying the territory, just kind of like looks left and right, like must have been my imagination. Jesus Christ!
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. And she makes her way back down. Would anyone be doing anything by the time this has all happened?
No,
Yeah, dude,
but
I'm trying to make food.
yeah. Once we're all back together, I'll just relay my Lyria theory of where we are.
You're wrong.
I mean, I could be.
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
God of duality, she says out loud, before just shaking her head.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know if that's where we are or not, but if it is true where we are, we really shouldn't stay here long.
Do not see a way out.
The river
There is
has-
much more than rivers, but this place seems boundless.
So what if we just go in a single direction and never stop?
We'll have to stop eventually. We can't just go for the river.
Yeah, well, we'll rest, but just go in the same direction.
I mean, following the river downstream brought us all back together, so to speak. We should just
Well,
follow
yeah,
that
I
way.
guess follow the river.
It's perhaps the best course of action. I can't think of anything else more.
Okay, but up or down?
I would go down.
No, really, I would go up.
Where the river flows, or where it is flowing to.
The way it's flowing from, because it's two rivers. So if we go up, we'll find two rivers, which is potentially more settlements than just with one river, right? Makes more sense.
Well, I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
I know the direction I came from, which is upriver.
Downriver, technically. They've been moving downriver to get to you.
Oh.
You were ahead of the party.
Oh, gotcha. So I was. Gotcha. So I was.
You
already,
you were placed the furthest downriver.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mitra does mention
Well, never mind what I was about to say. That's not.
My bad, there's a point of clarity.
Yeah. I thought I said I'm just gonna travel downriver. That's what I thought. But they were already behind me. Gotcha. So I was technically moving away from them.
Yes. What were you going to say, Mitra?
She just relays where she found herself upon finding her feet again, so to speak. It's merely a cave. Seemed empty. At the time being, at least.
So we should go there. Cave.
Okay, this is the civilization.
Wait, are we on the ground?
Yes. There's still a ceiling far above you. But this space has a much higher ceiling than many of the places you've been in here.
So there's a cave within a cave.
Everything's a cave.
Right.
Welcome to my home.
Right.
Always has been.
And I would say, as a point of clarity, as you all rest here along the riverbank, there is still caves dotting the entire rock wall to your left side. And you all know well enough that you could, in theory, get into one of them, make sure that it's safe, and it would be a safe enough place to be for a time. But that's something you would have to spend some time and do, rather than just bolting up or down river.
So you guys didn't see any direction we should go, particularly?
There is no direction we should go. There are only places we can go.
Yeah. Follow the river.
I say follow the river.
Yeah. There's gonna be a town. It's gonna be next to the river.
It's not a terrible idea.
It's the best
However-
idea you'll ever have.
Disagree, but that's
Okay,
beside-
then what's your better idea?
It's not a better idea. It's just a consideration where we should rest. It's good to.
By the river.
It's something I didn't consider, of course. So, if I follow in the river, then we should go.
So you all begin following the river downstream.
Well, I vote upstream.
Okay.
Does
Anyone
else
opposed?
vote yeah, does
I don't,
anyone vote
I don't,
downstream?
yeah, I don't care what direction we go.
I'm okay with upstream.
Okay.
I've just watched enough survival shows to go downstream is the way to go. But not,
So-
not, not in
Shanda,
the
see,
fantasy
look-
world.
Shanda has seen no such shows.
So you begin pushing your way back upstream, the way you guys came. As you move through this space, there are several times over the course of the next few hours where you hear this heavy chitinous noise deep within the woods. Something seems to be keeping pace with you, but off across the river and in the woods, rather than in this small clearing. What was that?
I'm gonna just do my thing.
Okay.
Like I always do.
I really need to mark a page with that ability on it.
I
What is
can
it
also
called?
do that.
Divine
I can
sense,
throw-
detect good and evil, any celestial on location of any celestial being or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind.
What?
Give me one.
Hey, 60 feet. When do you be able to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing around us. I love that. No, that's great.
Do I
Really
think it's
60
evil?
feet? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, that's great.
Yeah. You don't sense anything in 60 feet. Certainly not. It's a good ways off. You could push into the woods if you wanted to. But that is entirely up to you. No. I respect that. You guys push for probably close to 3 hours along this path. It's been a long day for all of you. Something like 30 hours of being awake and moving. And as you get to that third hour, you're reaching the point of exhaustion. So you can, to your right side, there are still caves that dot this rock wall that runs parallel with you. You could push into the woods if you wanted to. You could stay here at the river's edge. But you're running the point now where exhaustion will start to accrue.
I'm pancaked.
What?
I'm pancaked.
What?
Exhausted.
Oh.
We need to take another break, really.
Oh, we need more than merely a break. We need rest. So,
Well, this isn't really a safe place to do it.
We're just gonna cast
Well.
light on my end of my hammer and just start walking into like the nearest cave.
Okay. As you walk in, you notice the same thing I described for Mitra. The heavy webs that line the floor and the walls and the ceiling in this
Nope,
space.
back out of that cave, go to another.
As you push through, it seems that most of them have these webs, although you don't see anything inside any of them immediately. You're unsure if maybe they come in through small cracks in the walls or what, or if they're coming and going freely and these are old webs. But most of them seem to have it. And by most, I mean all.
So do we want to try to sleep with the spiders? Or out in the open?
that's a foolish concept, no? With what energy we have, perhaps it is best to enter a cave and see what we can do. But quite exposed outside. No?
Okay, spiders it is.
Who's leading the charge into my spider caves?
Me. Him? Okay, this I can.
Oh, her then. Okay. Okay. Because it's not me.
Okay. Mitra, as you head the group into this small space, yet again, it's full of webs, but it doesn't seem lived in actively. There are no large bundles that are webbed up in the space. You do notice at the back wall of this cave, there's a small crack that's maybe wide enough for you to fit through. Your friends could easily fit through it, but it'd be a tighter squeeze for you. That seems to go deeper into this wall somewhere.
Some Junji Ito shit. Okay. Ugh.
Can I have a wisdom saving throw from you?
No.
No, you can't. Oh, never mind.
You can't make me do it!
9.
9. Good to know. Going back to Mitra.
Subtext sucks to be.
I love that. There's a crack in the wall that others can fit through. It'd be difficult for her to fit through.
I mean, it's not impossible. You could certainly get in,
no,
but it's
course,
not easy.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. She's
Get
going
in already.
to.
I'm just gonna start taking my hammer and trying to beat on the wall to widen the hole.
She kind of looks at you like,
Possible.
just looking at you. What are you doing? You just don't say anything. You just don't coming at it. Just like what? Like she got one hand into her bag because she's like pulling out a torch to like light.
Oh, my hammer's
Bumpy.
been lit. It's got light on it. Like I've cast light on the end of my hammer, so I'm literally just swinging this light at the wall.
And it's making these loud clanging noises,
Yeah.
sparks
Ty, are
flying.
you okay?
Yep. Oh,
Ty?
try to make it a little bigger around here.
What?
So big lady doesn't have to
Ty, you're
squeeze.
making a lot of noise.
Well, it's either gonna come find us or it's gonna run away.
She holds her tongue as she like produces a torch and finds her own barbarian way of lighting the torch.
Mhm.
And once the torch is lit, she's going to bring it to some of the webs.
And they immediately catch and burn away, and in a space around the torch. Anywhere you take it, you can burn away most of the webs.
Yeah.
You hear the sizzling noises of very small spiders being caught in the flames, but you don't hear a reaction as if there were something larger nearby.
Okay, so yeah, she gives the cave a bit of spring cleaning with a torch.
Mitra in a maid outfit, everybody.
Exactly. Waving around and change up and shit. Yeah, no. Shit. No, why did you say that? It's in my head now. I can't play anymore. Sorry guys. I'm kidding. Wait. Yeah, so once she has cleared the cave of webs as best as she can, she turns to Tykin to see if he's made any progress.
It does seem that he's cracked away a few inches of stone on either side of the hole. It would certainly be easier now. But you also know anything that was listening for you guys certainly knows where you are. So, do with that what you will.
There's a bit of a grimace on her face, but she does approach the hole and tries to squeeze through it.
Go ahead and give me, we'll call it acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Mamma mia. That's a 10.
Okay. It doesn't take you too long before you've squeezed into this whole space, and as you get through it, it opens up into a much larger cave space. This one is not lined with spider webs. It is a fairly clean stone space. And now you notice there are stairs leading down in front of you. Man-made, clearly. And the walls begin to fall into much less natural alignment and more smooth and perfect sidewalls and ceiling as you notice this long staircase leading down into the darkness.
For the moment, I was just kind of like, before she turns around and announces to the others that what's over here may be worth investigating.
Does anyone begin following in?
I will follow her.
Grumbling, yes.
As we're, I don't, it won't last long, but as we're making our way down this stairwell, does the wall have like places to put something on the wall?
Yeah, there are torch sconces every so often.
Oh, is there? Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna try to figure out a way to like light our way.
I mean, the simplest way out of character is just to put light on a pebble and toss it.
Yeah.
But that makes noise. But that is a thing you can do.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I mean. That's literally what I was gonna try to do. But I have
Okay.
also have candles that I can light.
So you begin lighting the further path as you all step down these stairs. The stairs themselves are fairly narrow, basically one person wide. But the design on them seems to get more embellished and well made as you go. Eventually, you all start to notice that this looks very akin to that sanctuary space deep within the vault in Iris Tell. It is well-constructed stone with these intricate runes. It doesn't have the marble inlay of gold like everything did there in the vault, but it is certainly of the same construction. The space inside, once you get farther enough in, has these blue arcane lights that I assume you're still carrying the black eye, Tyken.
Yep.
As you guys step within, these torches that have been out for an immeasurable amount of time begin to flicker and burn up with blue light again. The space inside here is clinical and clean, almost like a laboratory of some kind. And it doesn't have the finery that Iris Tell's vault had. The space itself is not fine rugs and, piles of gold more than it is working tables and glassware for alchemical work. You notice some scrolls that have basically wasted into dust at this point. They're illegible. But they were at one point in a scroll rack nearby. The space itself is only one room, and it is probably close to 100 feet deep into this space. But you have arrived in a lab of some kind. No other doors in the room. Just antiquated equipment. And no body or anything to be found inside.
Just gonna try and sleep here.
Mitra will set down her torch on one of the, is it called a sconce? I think it is. But she's going to set down a torch, and she's just going to wander about, just looking here and there. Not pressing anything, but more of just trying to get an idea, like, how the hell is all of this?
Yeah. As you walk around, you do actually notice what looks to be, it's in a worse state than the hands that held the black eye in Iris Tell's vault that teleported you guys here. It looks like a very, I can't think of the word in the moment, but a very simple take on that. It seems incomplete. Almost none of the runes have been carved, and the hands themselves are like rough hewn in the stone. But it looks like they were building something here to use the black eye on, but they're not sure. It doesn't seem to be done in any way. A much harder trick to fix than the one you fixed earlier this day. But it's seated at the back middle of the room on a table that sits against the wall. It seems like it was probably the main study of whoever worked in this lab at that time. It is the most complete piece, other than some of the alchemical agents that seem to have certainly gone bad within glass vials around the room.
Interesting to know. Okay. Well, after completing her little turn, she's going to regroup with everyone else and just kind of shrug. Say perhaps he is better to rest.
Sounds good.
Agreed.
It's safe, I suppose.
There's only one way in, right? everyone
Yes.
found there's no other doors. Or anything.
Just a single door that you guys walked through to come in. And it was hanging open when you arrived. It wasn't, there was no like, I'm not going to tell you and you have to do a trap check, but
Right.
the door was literally ajar as you walked up. So you all settle in for the evening, I assume.
Yes.
Any final things you need to do before rest this evening?
I'm gonna do an inventory check.
Okay.
Check everything that I have and that it's there.
Yes.
Although I would have, probably forgotten most of it. But, for a few things. And, yeah, just making sure it's there.
Okay.
I guess.
You take some time to look at your things.
And I'll do a prayer for, not for the goddess of flood and falls, because fuck that shit. But I'll pray to Lyria.
Yeah.
For hopefully not dying. And I will pray very hard for that.
All right. You know
And
what? Give me a religion check.
Oh, okay. I will also tell everybody they should be praying, or they'll burn in hell.
Wait, you tell us that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, nothing that way. Oh, it's a 10.
Okay.
I keep rolling shit on religion. What's going on?
Did I hear him right? He's praying to barrier.
No,
No.
Varea.
Oh, Freya.
No.
Yeah, Varea
What?
is a different
The
god.
day you see Sand and pray to Farrier,
Okay.
well, it won't happen. So
The thing happens won't happen, so.
I mean, the day you see it is the day you're on mushrooms, bro.
No, that's the day you know you have a doppelganger in your midst.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Anyone else have any nightly things they want to do? Mitra, it sounded like you might have something.
Yeah, Mitra's going to ask Tykeon a question. So, before he's able to get comfy and go to sleep, she is like, it's kind of weighed on her mind a bit. But of course, with the ongoings as getting flunked here, it kind of put it on the back foot. And then she says, Tykeon, I have a word. May I have a word with you? Are you busy resting?
I mean, I'm like super tired, so make it quick. It was a rough
Of
day
course.
yesterday, today, whatever day it is.
Of course. When we left through the portal, you took the eye and then left. Are you considering what could have happened to the rest of us? Do you understand how that magic works at all?
Not at all.
There is, though, was a good chance that perhaps that was the thing powering our escape. And for
Right.
you to take it and leave,
But it was also
Who
the
knows?
thing powering the thing, is keeping the thing open that the thing can come through on, right?
I don't see your point here.
Right. So if we leave the thing, it stays on
I never said leave the thing.
and it comes through, right? The thing that was chasing us. So logics would be grab the thing, jump your ass through the thing.
Okay.
So it
No,
closes
you-
behind
you-
us. And the thing can't come
It
through.
closes behind you. What if that whole thing powered? It lost its energy, and we were left there with it.
But it didn't.
Of course, it didn't. But did you think that was possible?
I have some sort of arcane knowledge. I knew it probably would have been open for a little while.
Probably.
Long enough for you guys to jump through it. And I was
Hey,
correct.
how are we gonna starve?
No, of course not.
I pull out a ration
Really?
that's probably is several days old.
And Sawgate.
It's a real concern for me right now. I'm not ready to die starving.
You won't die starving. I have enough rations on me.
He just shakes her head and says,
You have enough rations for how many days?
Well, let's see, shall we? I'll open my backpack and I'll just like pull out 5 Russians. Anybody else?
Oh wow, I have tons more.
What?
What?
Then why are you worried about dying?
Well, I didn't think you were this. Yeah, I didn't think you were this unprepared.
Unprepared?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't supposed to be long in the ruins anyway.
Wow. Well, anyway, it's just I mean, it's still not gonna last forever. So we should, eat some tree bark, kill some fish, stuff like that. I don't know.
There's no fish here.
Really? I've seen fishes.
Yeah, back at the river. You're gonna go out there and try to go fishing. How bad?
Hey, you know what? So someone just watch my back. I'm just gonna go out there and pee real quick. Okay.
Well, I think this is a good point to call a break. All right. So, we're back at it. You all settle in for a rest in your current predicament here in this lab deep within this bog, mire, swamp, whatever you want to call it. I would consider this a safe haven, since you have the only exit, very well guarded. But I do
Better
need...
go sleep.
I need watch from each of you for this evening. So whoever wants to take first watch, go ahead.
All right, first watch. Let's go. Shayenda, you're taking second watch.
Anyone else have Lara on like a 22-minute delay? Mouth all out of sync? Oh,
Oh, bye. He's on watch.
Hello.
there we go.
All right. Yes.
I don't know if it was my side or your side. That was weird.
Probably
Okay.
mine.
Perception.
7. Let's go. That's good. one.
It's been a long day for all of you. And your watch is one of the back of your eyelids as you fall asleep fairly quickly after everyone goes to bed.
I mean,
A few hours into the watch,
no one wakes up to watch the second watch.
no one wakes up for the second watch. You all have a restful night's sleep, unperturbed by anything on the outside, although you all awaken at roughly the same time to no one doing watch for the evening. Lara sleeping soundly in her position of watch. The space you're in is still illuminated by the blue torches, and you can all mark your spell slots back and everything else.
Oh, we don't rest it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
spell slots back. Yeah.
Let
So
me
wait,
get some spell
so
slots. Hell yeah.
We'll
Oh, wait.
only
I was
regain half our hit dice, right?
I believe. I don't remember what the ruling was on that. It's been a minute.
I mean, the official D&D 5 official ruling is you regain half your hit dice, rounded up, rounded
Beautiful.
down. I don't remember. Probably rounded down.
I
Yeah, I
trust
think
you
rounded
implicitly.
I think it's rounded down.
DM's discretion. Dun, 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 dun.
Definitely rounded.
No
up.
such thing. No such thing as DM discretion. I don't
Right.
care.
So, at level 3, you should have one hit die pack.
Good. You do, as you all awaken, hear what sounds like weeping coming from the doorway. Not directly behind the door, but out of the cave. Something is loudly weeping in the distance.
Divine sense.
It is not within 60 feet, my friend.
I mean, I'll move closer.
Okay. So you begin climbing the stairs back out of the cave.
Oh, I thought you said it was on the other side of the door.
As I said, it isn't quite on the other side of the door. You're hearing weeping coming from the direction of the stair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Head that way.
Anyone following along?
Hi. My dagger.
Yeah, I'll check it later.
Where are you going?
Someone's crying.
What do you mean? It's just the wind.
Keep going.
So Tyken alone begins
Mitra?
pushing up the stairs.
Mitra, help me out here.
What?
He's doing the thing again.
Oh no,
Like
you
a
all
villain?
hear the weeping.
No, I will pretend like it's not real. So
Okay, he's doing the thing again, and she's like, "What sound?"
randomly walking off. It's the wind.
Would
you like him to go there?
Divine sense as I get closer.
You arrive back at the crack in the wall to the cave, and you still don't sense anything directly, but you hear the weeping much louder now.
Would you like him to go and die alone, or would you like to go and save his life? I think I know the answer to that question, so maybe we should follow him. Yes? Yeah? Yeah?
Wait, are you talking to me?
You're
or
talking to Laura, yeah, Laura's just standing there,
Oh,
right?
right.
She's like,
Fine, Sianda, let's go. Wake up.
I'm fully awake.
Okay, well,
I don't
start
really
using
see-
those legs. Let's go.
I rolled an 11 on my perception check. Just anything at
Okay.
the top of the. At the mouth of
Oh
the
my
cave.
god, Sianda, you ate too much. You're stuck in the crack. Please, hurry up.
Leave me alone. I need my.
As you
coffee.
arrive,
Did you fart?
I'm
You'll
not
never
prepared
know.
for you guys today. Oh no! As you arrive at the crack in the cave wall, Tyken, well, your perception was an 11.
Yeah.
The weeping is certainly coming from outside the cave. You look and start glancing through, and you do. The first thing you notice is there is just fog everywhere. It is very hard to see anything in this moment. I assume you're popping Divine Sense for the 12th billionth time of the playthrough.
How long is it left?
I have no clue.
To the end of your next turn. So if I would have had to do it again, yeah. At least one
Okay.
more.
I wish I could find the actual naming for Divine Sense. Let me do it this way. Do.
I like to call it a vibe check.
It is basically a vibe check. Yeah, you're right. There we go. Okay. You do feel something ping directly in front of you, standing in the fog,
Beep, boop.
maybe 30
Okay.
feet away.
Is anybody behind me
Spooker.
yet?
I would assume they're coming up behind you now, yes.
Okay. Radiant Soul wings out, and I'm going up 30 feet.
What?
So you punch out of the cave and up above it?
Well, I'm outside of the cave entrance, and I know that there's
Mhm.
something that's in the fog. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
above the fog if I can.
Okay.
With my wings up, fly up 30
Yeah.
feet.
Um,
And then
you now
close-
detect
I-
it basically straight below you.
But I can't see it.
No, the fog's still obscuring it.
Okay. That only lasts.
But there
my
is,
wings
do
only
you,
last a
you even know
minute,
the
so-
type.
Celestial Fiend or Undead.
Yeah, it's an undead. So,
Okay. So now that I know that,
I need everyone to roll initiative.
No.
So I was gonna do something else now.
Can't you just have him roll initiative?
Yeah. They're not there
Up
yet.
to
Then
you.
I'll be at
China, if
camp.
you'd like to just
You
chill
think
on the
something?
inside, yeah.
I mean, of course I fucking want Jesus. Who do you think I am?
A coward.
All right.
Oh, that was me.
Couldn't be. Lara's a brave adventurer.
I thought
Oh my
we didn't
God.
use the adventurer word.
All
in
right.
this campaign.
You wanna know my? I guarantee you want to know my my initiative before everybody else's.
What you got, boss?
I have a 0.
If you want to know what's really funny, I made this new initiative counter, and I immediately put you at the bottom, Shanda, because I knew. All right, so what do we got, guys?
18.
Oh,
Mitra?
yeah. Wait, let me roll that, dude. Lol. That
Lol?
is a 5.
Okay. Tyken?
It's better than 0.
11.
Okay.
Dream team.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Question: before combat starts,
yeah, I have
did
Yep.
Tyken
Go ahead.
log the gem with him? Because if not, I mean, Mitra would have.
I would have grabbed it and taken it.
You'd have grabbed it.
Probably.
You would have. It's
Wait,
a big
how?
two-handed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I'm
hands will be
not
very
doing it.
full if you have the
I'm
gem with you.
not attacking first and foremost.
Well, then maybe I probably didn't take it with me. I don't know.
Unless you're
Or-
planning on
well,
dropping a
or I
big rock
did.
on.
Or I did,
undead.
or I put it down like before I took off. It's at the mouth of the
Okay,
cave.
cool. No worries. Well, if it's up, then it's up. Good. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Continue, please.
All right. Then at the top of our initiative, we have Lara.
What do I see? Just a skeleton.
You see, dreaming. Yes, you see a skeleton. No, you see a smattering of fog. It is exceptionally hard to see anything, and all you hear is this loud crying noise, a feminine voice weeping in the fog.
Did they see me take off?
I would assume. You're kind of a vision of holy radiance most of the time.
Mm,
I'm not sure how far back they were in the cave. To see me.
Fair.
I'll get in range with the short bow, and if it attacks anybody, I'll attack them.
Okay. Understand right now you can't see your target, so it will be attacks at disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Tyken, you are now directly above this thing, however many feet you said.
Alright, well, I flew up 30 feet. My wings only last a minute.
Okay. So,
So-
we're one round into your
Yeah.
wings.
So I'm gonna fly within 30 feet of it.
Yeah.
I know where it's at. Channel Divinity, control undead.
Okay.
I need you to
Go ahead and tell me what the save is.
DC 14 Wisdom. Hang on. An undead with a CR equal to or greater than 3 is immune.
Then it is immune.
Okay. That's okay.
That's an important point. Good job.
That's why that's why I was like, hang on.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure you don't know what that is. So
Yeah. No, I don't play paladin, any of the holy bullshit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that.
Um,
Holy balls.
now that I know that information.
you now know that it is a real threat of
Yep.
some kind.
Yep.
But you feel yourself try to render this thing less of an issue, and it shrugs it off without too much of a problem at all. Is that your action, I assume?
Yeah, I would assume it takes as an action. Yep. So that was my
Okay.
action. I'll still stay since I know my counter probably roughly a minute. I'll still stay above it with
Yeah.
like 30 feet of it hovering around.
All right. Mitra, you are up. You are also muted.
Wow. Honestly, I wasn't saying anything interesting, but I will repeat it. I'm surprised that initiative order was so low. Okay. She's going to emerge from the cave and hear the wailing, and she's just going to stand and stare, and that's it, because she can't see what it is. It hasn't attacked. She's got no idea what's going on right now.
Okay. Shayenda.
I mean, I'm still in the cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna stay.
All right.
But I mean, I'll get as close to the hole as I can, and try and look out and be like, "What the fuck? What can I see?"
You can use your action to make a perception check if you'd like. Try and gaze through the fog.
Gaze to the what do I do? Do I fucking squint real hard? Like, how does
So
it
you
fucking
do
help?
this. You do this. You do this.
Yeah, you do the stern
I
guard.
do the Clint Eastwood special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna fucking do that. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I'm gonna hit Tyken. I'll fucking necrotic bolt at random.
It's at about this point, I believe it's Lara and Mitra who have pushed out into the cave itself. This thing suddenly appears before you. It drifts up out of the ground right in front of you, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to try and touch you, Mitra.
Oh.
That is a 22 to hit.
A 22 to hit. Let me check my 8. That's the 50. Yeah, that is.
All right.
Let me take my calculator.
From advanced master here. 5e is a complicated game, you guys.
You take 11 points of necrotic damage as this thing's hand sears into you.
Does that mean I get to attack?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely visible to you now. You as well, Shayenda.
With disadvantage still?
No, this thing is now close enough that you can see it even
All
through the
right. 21 to hit.
fog. Hits.
And do I get to roll sneak?
Yeah, technically your friend is in melee with it.
All right. A 12 in total damage.
12 damage. Good to know. Shayenda, you fire necrotic bolt, right?
Yeah.
It slaps the thing harmlessly, even if you do hit.
Cool. Shit. Well, let's see. Well, I don't hit, so
Its AC's really low. What'd you get?
I got a natural 2.
Oh, no.
Plus
That's
like
not it.
5.
Yeah.
So,
Your bolt swings wide of the thing. But now getting a better look at it, you're not dumb. At least not really. This thing looks undead as
Great.
fuck. This weeping vision of a woman, one bloodshot eye, the hair matted with moss, and the body itself kind of rotted and withered, far too skinny to be functional. The weeping, at this point, it's almost wailing rather than weeping, this kind of shriek that comes out of it every time it breathes. It's a real bad time. Back up to the top of our initiative. Lara.
I will keep shooting as going into melee seems a bit dangerous. So
Yeah. So anyways, you started blasting.
yes.
no, that's my
20
move.
I rolled a 23 to hit.
Definitely hits. Sneak attack again.
11 damage in total.
Beautiful. You tear off one of its arms with this short bow shot. It falls to the ground limp and unmoving.
So
Okay.
this silhouette, does it seem to just want to attack and weep?
So far, yes.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Tyken, you can now hear this thing's cries growing louder. You can hear your friends kind of making noises as Mitra gets attacked.
Yeah, I mean, I've been tracking the thing from above. I'm gonna come swooping in, essentially land, but as I come down, I'm gonna back it with Warhammer.
Absolutely.
21, I assume that hits.
Definitely.
Cool. I'm gonna pump a divine smite into this as well.
Okay.
Points of damage.
Beautiful.
Some of that's radiant.
Seems fine currently.
Seems fine.
Doesn't seem like it's doing more or less.
Okay.
Okay. Mitra. This thing still, its one arm is latched onto yours, holding and searing this kind of black spidering wound across you.
So gross now. What she is going to do is, she's going to draw for a hand axe with the other hand that isn't currently being held onto, and she's going to swipe at the arm that is held onto her.
Okay.
Let's do a hand axe roll. That is a 23 to hit with a hand axe.
Definitely hits.
And that is a 7 starting damage.
Okay.
7 points.
The other arm is cleaved free, both the arms now lying at its side, and it begins to take this huge breath in. Anything else on your turn, Mitra?
What else is she gonna do on her turn? Nah, she's just gonna stun them. There we go.
Shayenda?
Well, seeing as he didn't hit before, he's gonna try another necrotic bolt.
Beautiful.
So that's a 14.
Definitely hits, and this time it splashes onto the thing, seemingly doing next to nothing.
What? Who could have foreseen this? And he's gonna try and take cover behind whatever the fuck, preferably someone.
Okay. It is now our enemy's turn. It's gonna go ahead and finish pulling in that massive breath, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah,
Save,
the fart cloud. Here we go. Ooh, 11.
11.
Oh, no. 13.
Okay.
15.
Mine's 11. Sorry.
Okay.
Minus
Mitra?
15.
Does this trigger danger sense?
It
No,
does
It
not.
can't. It doesn't. It's dex. My bad. 11 con save.
Okay. This thing breathes in massively, its chest inflating, both the arms at its sides, the stumps kind of sticking out as its chest becomes much too large. It lets loose this shriek, this cry, and Tyken and Mitra both fall unconscious.
You would, bro?
Lord landed in the mouth.
So you are both technically at 0 hit points.
Wait, are we unconscious or are we at
Technically,
0
Well,
hit points?
You're
That's the
technically
same
at
thing.
0 hit points. You are unconscious.
Okay. Well, cool. No problem.
No, there's a difference.
No, there's
It's
no
fine.
difference.
It's
you-
whatever. If you're
If you fall at 0, you fall unconscious. It's the same thing.
Right. But I can still go unconscious and have all my hit points.
I mean,
No.
not in the rules of combat. In reality, yes, but
Good luck, you guys. You guys got this.
Lara, you watch your brother and your dear friend fall unconscious as this thing's blighted scream fills the air with black mist. What do you do?
How far away am I from it?
I mean, you can be. You've been shooting it with a short bow, so I assume you're still back where Cheyenda is in the cave, rather than out straight in front of it fighting it in melee. You can close the gap with your dagger if you'd like.
That is
it's a
what
hint
I'll do.
Not to do it, really.
What? Why?
Nothing. No, what?
Okay, so you're closing the gap and getting in a dagger strike?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack. You will get sneak attack because Mitra's still in melee with it.
Wait, Mitra's sleeping though.
It's true. But your friend is. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Mitra is unconscious.
You're no
Yeah,
longer a
Then
threat.
it's
yeah.
23 tape,
23 hits, no sneak attack.
8 damage.
8. 1 second down.
Oh, we are so super fucked. On the magnitude of like, I don't know, something. And I have motions or something. God damn.
Okay. It is barely standing. It looks terribly rough. You've now punctured a hole through that main chest cavity, and it is just seeping this dark bog water mixed with blood. Tyken's conscious, Mitra's unconscious. Cheyenda, what do you do in this moment?
Oh, they don't roll death saves?
No.
I'm not sure. I need to look.
I'm not sure.
Did it drop us to 0 hit points or just knock us unconscious?
Yeah, it dropped you to 0 hit points.
Well, if
so-
we're-
Okay,
we're-
there we
yeah,
go.
then we
Yeah,
are-
then you'll make
yeah,
it.
so
Yeah, then
we
you'll
are-
make your death saves.
Alright.
Let's fucking go.
Both of you make a death save.
Where is my death save button on this place? I just click here.
And I'm rusty as fuck. I can't remember ruling on unconscious.
Fail.
This is a D20 anyway, so.
I failed my first one.
Okay.
It's good to get a roll of 10 or higher, right?
I believe.
Yeah, 10 or higher is a success. Let's make a roll.
I failed. Rolled one.
20? Not 20. Yay.
Woo!
You are stabilized. Awesome.
Dude,
Okay.
no, you regain
get 1
HP.
No,
HP.
you
Yeah,
keep going, you
1
keep
HP.
going. 1 HP.
1 HP. So OP.
Let's fucking go.
Outstanding rolls.
Barbarian!
The one healer.
Yeah.
is unconscious
now-
now.
Barbarian is the tank.
I don't remember when you get up, but it's the end of your turn that you get up, right?
Yeah, so there's still.
I was gonna say you don't take your turn.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
You
you
get
don't
your
get
turn
your
next round. Yeah. Okay. Cheyenda, what do you do?
Well, whatever the fuck, shrills and shit, and they both fall unconscious. So he just, covers his ears and sort of, whimpers, and, out of his ears come out this like fucking floaty lava, and he casts Scorching Ray at the thing.
Go ahead and roll me 3 spell attacks. Jesus.
All right, that's a natural 18. That's a natural 10 for 15, and that's a natural 14 for 19.
All 3 hit. I don't even need you to roll the damage. How do you want to do
But I
this,
want
Cheyenne?
to. 3. Okay, that's like 7 plus 5, 12.
7 is what you needed.
14, 19, 24.
Beautiful. How do you want to do this, buddy?
All right. Well, you know, have you ever seen a barbecue? Well, this is that.
Just these rays slamming through, knocking chunks out of its form.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you know, Shanna is like, it's like he's on his knees, covering his ears, like his eyes closed, and then just like opens his eyes.
The second that it is scorched and burnt to nothing, the fog seems to fall away. And Mitra, you are now conscious, of course, but Lara, your brother Tyken, is still unconscious, laying on the floor.
Hey, what the fuck happened?
You do.
What?
What?
Yeah, what was that question?
That's another.
What the fuck happened?
Okay, Mitra's going to,
Can I?
go on.
Sorry. No,
Go on.
no,
It's your brother, go
I
on.
interrupted you.
It's both. I mean, basically, it's everybody's turn except Tyken's. He took his
Okay,
death save.
So in that case, Laura will, run up to Tyken, do the epic slide on the knees, and just like check him over for wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
All right. Medicine. where's
Heroic
medicine?
looking field medicine.
A 9.
9. You see these veins of black that run from his eyes and fill up his neck and are running into his armor. His body convulses slightly as he takes another pang of this necrotic energy. He looks rough, right on the verge of
Okay.
death.
Is this considered a
I
disease?
will quickly use my. Wait, do I have anything?
What was your question?
Is this
Tyken?
considered a disease?
No.
Okay. Say, I'm immune to disease, Dick.
Let's see. Do I even have anything? I have nothing actually. Interesting. I will scream out. Does anybody have a potion? Quick, help!
Oh, did we get
Wait,
potions?
and then I'll use
I don't have
I'll use fast hands. Wait, no, fast hands doesn't work with potions. I'll use just my hands, I guess.
My hands, which
And-
are fast.
Yeah. Apparently,
Can
I
I-
have
can
2
I
red
use-
potions. So
Can I use my invisible mage hand to give Tyken CPR?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we just go ahead and we'll say sleight of hand from you, Lara, and medicine from you, Shayenda.
Fuck yeah, I'm a doctor now.
the only thing is,
Shyanda.
I have 2 red potions, but I have no idea what they do.
Well, you could feed him one right now. Might save his
I
life.
will. I will.
13. I have 13.
So you begin seeing his chest convulsing rhythmically as the mage hand begins doing CPR, and you feed him a mysterious red potion that you have that you don't know what it does. Could you go ahead and roll me a d20, Tyken?
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
11.
11.
Ooh.
I rolled
The-
a death save just.
Yeah.
11, so I'm just gonna keep that roll and roll that one.
It's beautiful. Great job. One success. It takes a moment for you to get the potion into his mouth, Lara, but eventually it does seem to start trickling out and down his throat. Tyken, in this moment, everything just went black. This thing shrieked, and suddenly you couldn't see, you couldn't breathe, you seized once and fell to the floor. And you can see that city, that strange floating mass deep in an abyss somewhere. The bat-like creatures moving throughout it. You don't hear the whispers as you did in the dream, but you feel a pull towards it. This, almost as if someone was calling out in the night for you. What do you do, friend?
I go towards it.
Okay. As you start to make your way, this incorporeal form of yourself, you notice now your body is semi-translucent, partially clear, but you have this golden radiance that floats through your chest, and it diminishes as you get closer to the city. It seems to be almost pulled from you, the light fading and getting darker as you come closer to this city. The details get clearer now. The city itself is mostly a ruin of some kind. The tall towers that stand on it have been fractured and snapped in different directions. The bat-like creatures are in a frenzy above this town. They seem to be swooping and grabbing people, things, these shapeless beings. You hear that same, yeah?
So as I can see them, their wings,
Mhm.
can I try to send mine out?
You do. They are bone. No feathers, just blackened bones, char, that emerge from your back as you start to fly faster into the city now. And you hear behind you your sister's voice. Does anyone have any potions? You keep going, or do you turn around?
Keep going.
Lara, as you feed your brother a potion, his form begins to slow, the breathing and the repetition being forced on him from the CPR, from the mage hand of sorts, doesn't seem to be working. You can see that he should be getting up, that he should be feeling better, but his body lays almost too still. He's not dead, there is breathing, but it is ever so shallow. You move deeper into the city, Tyken, finally reaching the so-called shore, the edge of the land that hangs beneath this cursed town. And the only thing you can hear and see within the town that isn't these bat-like creatures or these shapeless entities that are being attacked is you hear the pounding of steel on steel, a hammer rhythmically, and you see sparks blasting out from this one house in the center of town. You hear voices chanting in a language you don't speak, and you see a man that looks quite like yourself beating away at a black blade with a deep ribbon of red that runs down the middle of it. And then you wake up, lying on the shore here, near to the cave's entrance. The potion seemingly having taken effect and brought you back to life.
Tyken, can you hear me, Ty? Wake up!
Huh?
Wake up! Wake up!
What?
Oh my God, you're alive? Oh my God,
Yeah?
I thought I lost you. And Laura will just hold him like tightly, not even knowing if it's gonna infect her or anything, but just hold him really tightly. Please, you're okay, right?
Think so?
Does he still have like the black stuff all around his body?
He does, and the wings that have been in his back, the feathers are starting to fall out of them.
How much did I heal off that potion? If I actually go for it?
1 hit point.
Oh, which one? Okay.
Just 1.
Well, can't you do? Did you heal yourself?
Yeah. Anybody else hurt?
No.
Isn't
Worry
Mitra at
about
like
yourself.
1 health?
I look at
Yeah.
Mitra and I'm like, I don't think that's true. And I'll just.
I mean,
How get you?
there's just a bit of the wound on her. Yeah, absolutely. But she like, it was a brief thing, but her face looks gaunt already. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like she's been through a lot, even though it's only really been like the better
Right.
part of like maybe a minute or
Well,
at
I don't-
best. Like, you remember when you saw her earlier, and when you see her now, and she looks like she's been through it.
Yeah, I'll just sit up and then I'll just kind of grab hold of Mitra and cast.
Okay.
Healing for 9 hit points.
Fine. Wowie. That's this. And she thanks you, and she feels that divine energy bolstering her form.
The body now lies still in front of all of you as you take a moment to collect your thoughts. The arms hewn from it, the chest itself has a cavernous hole where it was stabbed and then blown open by all of the scorching rays. but the area around you comes back to having normal noises of nature, the cries of small bird-like creatures, and the strange noises that you've been hearing this entire time, that chitinous, clacking noise deep in the woods, coming back.
Myself a few hit points. What happened?
You got attacked. Well, we got attacked by a woman, and you just went unconscious. And Mitra woke up right away, and you started having these black. What are these black things?
No.
Did they hurt you?
Am I still covered like in black, whatever?
Most of them are fading, but the wings do seem to have an issue of some kind. The feathers starting to fall out, the skin looking sallow and
No,
white.
when I landed, I put my wings out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I made that hit, I came down and so my wings aren't out.
Okay. Then yeah, you just have some fading black veins.
Do I notice anything like similar to Mitra?
Mitra's faded much quicker than yours. Yours seemed to be clinging for a time.
I think I'm okay.
Are you feeling like you? And
I mean, best I can. Nothing specific.
Sayanda, have you ever seen anything like this before? What is it?
The fuck should I know?
I don't know. You're old. Come on, you know.
Fuck you! I don't know shit. Not about this. I mean,
Laura will
like-
just look overall just really weird at her. Like you can stand and walk normally, yes?
Yeah. I'll stand up and
Yeah. Legs are functioning normally. You're good. A little beat up, but you're fine.
Super dope.
It's okay. You can lean on me. We should probably get out of here.
What?
Where exactly?
Yeah.
Back to the cave where it's safe, so we can rest.
Weren't we suspicions of spiders in there?
seem to be okay inside that laboratory thing tonight.
Yeah.
We can take
Wow,
the
I guess
day
so.
or can maybe hunt for some food or something and rest.
Hunting. Well, I can do the cooking, but I want to be doing
the rest of
hunting.
the day. I don't know. It's up to you guys, I guess.
Tykin, remind me of that tale of this place that we're maybe.
Remind Mitra of the tale of the place.
Damn, remind Tykin of the tale that is reminding Mitra of the place.
Yeah.
Give me more context, guys. What are you talking about?
Of
What?
course. I'm just.
The
What?
the domain of Lyria or whatever it was you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the confluence of Lyria. This
Yeah.
What?
this swamp is the birthplace of a living god.
Track.
Oh yeah.
It is.
That.
Yeah, so it is two rivers that conjoin that supposedly is where a living god was born.
Yeah.
It is a place of great natural beauty, but also great danger in that natural space. According to legend, even the animals here are more capable in every way. There are stories of things that should be dead not being dead, either undead or even just undying, in that this place almost stands in defiance of fate in some way. That it is a place of immense natural magic because of Lyria being born here. But the details aren't that fine in the teachings. Farrier's not exactly the lore keeper, more than the arms keeper of the gods. So, you know some.
Right. Right.
And between you and Cheyenda, you guys kind of piece together that bit of teaching.
Okay. With that being freshly in her mind, she's going to go back to the body of the creature that attacked the group.
Mhm.
And as is customary somewhere, she must have picked this up somewhere, she unsheathes her great axe and for good measure just lops off the head.
Okay. Good on you. So you take
Yeah.
this thing's head off clean, one strike.
Yeah.
The body
Yeah.
lays still, the fog falling away now.
Okay. And then she's going to wait. Shit. Would she notice? What happened with Darian's head when it got knocked into the lake and was eaten by the fishes? Who did that? Was that
Cheyenne did
yeah.
that,
There was
right?
nobody. I did that on her.
yeah, you did it on your own. So yeah, she certainly wouldn't know. Yeah, she's just gonna take the two things and like just drag it away from where they are.
Okay.
You know, what's the point of having a nice chat around a possibly not really dead body, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That would be not fun. So she does that, returns to the group, and says, "Well, you wish to return into the cave? Is there something you know, Laura? You said it was safe."
Well, clearly safer than here, but you do see that Laura's just like seems really like panicky and upset that she nearly lost her brother. At least she thinks she does. She did. I think this is the safest way to do it. We need to go somewhere safe.
Can't stay here at this point.
You need to rest, Ty.
Yeah, but the longer we stay here, amongst this forest, more danger we're gonna come across out of this place.
I would say, as a point of clarity, the two of you piecing together this legend, even though neither of you are truly followers of this god, you know that this swamp is supposed to be myth. No one knows where it is. No one knows anything about it other than just the stories. You have no idea where you are in the world currently.
Yes. So leave it and go in somewhere safer. She looks at Cheyenda.
Yeah. Just at least it's not bloody cold.
It makes her laugh. Okay. Yeah, it isn't, is it? Well, where is safe anyway? We shouldn't stay here, but we should go somewhere safe. I can think of nothing more than to keep moving. If this is the fabled place, then there are more creatures like this. And from what I remember seeing, this place is vast. It goes on for quite a distance.
Maybe we're dead.
We're not
Hmm.
dead.
Maybe this is predatory or something.
No, I don't think so. Where we...
Well, I feel
When?
pretty dead.
That's because you're old.
Laura, as you say that, you hear a voice behind you just go, I feel pretty dead too.
What? Is it who I think it is, or is it someone new?
Absolutely.
But you are dead.
Yeah, that's the point of the joke. She
It's
just
not
kind of
the
like
time for
storms off to
jokes.
the water's edge.
Alright.
Where are you going? And I'll just follow him.
Okay.
Nature's like fucking bugging out now. That is the first time Laura has done
He's
this.
having a stroke.
She says a
He's
lot
like,
loud.
what?
Divine sense.
Give me 1 sec.
That was insane. I can't. She just died. Like, trying everyone. I'm like, yo, what?
You don't sense anything, Tyken.
Okay.
Do with that information what you will.
Laura, who are you talking to?
Just
Yeah,
hold
Mom.
on, Ty. Why are you walking away from me?
Nope, I'm going right after.
He's not responding, and she starts to pick up pace, almost getting to a run, running down the river's edge.
Where are you going? Stop.
Laura, who
Just
are you talking to?
and Laura will just start running in the direction.
Okay.
Following behind. Slowly,
Okay.
because I'm still beat up, but
You guys begin running at the water's edge at a dead sprint, and she's following the brown muddy river as
I'm
it starts
not
to.
fucking sprinting.
No, naturally. But the two of you begin at this very quick pace, sprinting along the river's edge for a time, before she turns towards you, Lara. And you see now, the skin is sallow, unhealthy. There's dark circles around her eyes. And she just turns in a voice that isn't her own and says, I don't like it here. And then she fades to nothing before your eyes, right at the edge of the river.
As in, just completely disappears.
On.
Where did you go? Come back.
who are you talking to?
Oh, Ty, please. Not now. Come.
Mika would have kept the pace with
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
You're talking to nothing and no one.
I'm not talking to nothing.
Who are you talking to? You said something about a joke, maybe? I don't...
I don't want to
Who's
talk about
dead?
it. What?
You said, what are you talking about? You are dead.
No, you're alive.
Right. Who's dead?
None of you, please no.
And I'm the one who's crazy. Okay.
Look, I can't talk about this, not right now.
Right. And why is that? Yeah,
It's
I told you about my stuff.
your stuff is quite easy, isn't it? I mean,
To you, maybe. To me, it's not. I don't even know what's going on with me, but what's going on with you?
I have some stuff that I need to work out.
Okay. How can I help with that?
I don't think you currently can. I just need time.
I mean, I can't help. I don't know if I can help unless you tell me what's going on.
I'm trying to tell you, but I just it's. Listen, you almost died, okay? I just need a moment to recuperate. I need it. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Maybe I'm just seeing things for a moment. A moment of weakness. I'm sorry for worrying you.
Well, let's just get out of here first.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like still are you still like looking at Laura like questioning or actually believing
yeah.
what she said?
Oh no, I don't believe a word.
Fair
You're
enough.
clearly hiding something, but you don't want to talk about it. So I'm just gonna. All right, let's move on.
Right. I guess we walk back in silence.
Your friends re-arrive to the party.
On the way back.
I mean, to be fair,
I was
Mitra
trying
was probably
that,
there for that entire conversation.
Probably.
Yeah, but Chandra's like sweating. Like,
You okay?
no.
No. So are we staying here or are we moving on?
That's a good question.
Well, you can
Mitra
stay here
approaches
forever.
Laura. Yes. What were you running after?
Again, seriously, I thought I saw something, and I was wrong.
That was more than simply seeing something.
I kind of have to agree with the big lady.
That was much more.
Look, I didn't want
Look,
to push, but
I nearly lost my brother. Okay, give me a break.
then you ran away from your brother who almost died after something.
We are truly getting nowhere.
After something.
Look, I came in here with a head in my hands. I don't know what happened when I went into the portal. I have a lot of stuff to process. Okay?
I'm certain you do, but I can't very well say I trust you as much. That doesn't change where we are. Well, since we've already come this way, perhaps we should continue.
Maybe at a slower pace, so shy to keep up.
I can keep up. Just slower.
Yeah, that's why I said at a slower pace.
Oh yeah. By the way, the reason why Mitra kept pace is because she went back to get the gem, and then and then like
Oh,
jumped to
yeah,
catch
yeah.
up with him.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go. That's why she kept pace with him. Yeah.
Guess if we're near the river, we'll start going upstream.
Okay. You begin pushing through to new areas. The loud sound of tree limbs snapping off to your side, seemingly always growing louder and closer, but never coming out of the woods. You guys keep pushing for a time. Mitra, just as a point of clarity, are you planning on hunting while you're here, or are you guys just going to live off rations? I know you had brought up the Outlander background.
I think Mitra will only attempt it once, and based off of that attempt, she's going to try and piece things together. She remembers the myth about this place being essentially sussy, and
God damn it.
and if these creatures are more capable than the ones she has hunted in the past, then it may not be worth the effort going on the hunt for little to no reward.
Okay.
So
well, give me
if
a
she does
survival
hunt,
check.
she'll try once. Okie. Let's go survival.
Let's use some rolls we never use.
Ookity dookity.
That's a nat 1. That's a 4 total.
Oh, sorry, I just sneezed my face off. You say nat 1?
Nat 1 total 4.
You eventually line up a fairly good throw on this small mossy rabbit creature that gets too close to the river's edge, and you hit it with the hand axe. It actually lands and takes this thing in the spine, and you watch it as it starts to like shrug and move the upper part of its body, and the axe is pushed from the wound. The wound starts to seal and it runs before you can even cross the river to get to it.
But Like, it's disconcerting, but she just kind of mumbles to herself, like, yeah. Gonna feel surprised.
Are you crossing the river to get your hand axe?
There's a moment of apprehension where, like, usually it's just a thing you do, right? But then it's kind of like a pause, and as she thinks of what she heard on the other side, with all the trees snapping and the chitinous sounds, she does it anyway. Yes.
Okay. You guys watch as Mitra takes a few steps. Oh?
Oh no, never mind. I know. So I know the clean water's fine.
Hmm.
So I don't know anything really about the other one.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
Mitra, you wade into the...
I wasn't there for the whole head going into the thing, so I had to, forget about that for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
You wade into the brown waters that run parallel with the blue. And as you do, you start to feel small fish nipping at you for a moment, but they don't seem to break through the leathers that you wear or tear into you too heartily. Just these small, estimated bites, trying to see if you'll react. And you look down and see these kind of smaller fish. They don't look quite the same as the like astral fish you guys fought back in Iris, but they're just these kind of small piranha-like creatures that just take these little nibbles and then leave, seeing too great a threat in you as they go back downstream. You push across the ice-cold blue water of the river and then come out onto the opposite river's edge. The cracking noises that you've all been hearing suddenly fall silent as you get up to your hand axe, laying in the mud near the edge. You see that same rabbit creature again, kind of staring at you from the wood's edge, and it watches for a time as you're picking up your hand axe, with eyes that are far too knowing. You being in tune with nature, it's strange to watch this thing look at you with the curiousness of a human. Do you follow it into the woods, or just take your hand axe and go back to your friends?
She takes her hand axe and observes in turn, just for a bit longer. Like, of course, not just I'm not going in there, but it's kind of like a, like, is something gonna happen within this next, 30 seconds? If not, I might as well, return. But, once again, this creature, definitely to her, is off in some way, in a way that, its form doesn't quite belie its intelligence, but its behavior does.
As you watch this thing turn and leave back into the woods, there's maybe a 20-second time where it's just doing these kind of, not running from you, but just slow little hops as it moves deeper into the wood. Could you roll me perception, please?
Perception, click. What do we get here?
I assume we're all on the other side watching each other.
Yeah. You could all roll it as well. It'll just be a higher DC.
That's a 10.
A 10?
Yep.
If you're all watching intently as Mitra takes her hand axe and
I
watches
will
around.
watch and nudge Ty and say, so I know that I just saw things, but you saw that rabbit generate a third leg as well, right?
Yep. That's an 18 on my perception.
Okay. Mitra and Tyken both, Lara and Cheyenne, if you'd like to roll, you can. You both notice the bark on the tree nearest to the rabbit seeming to ripple for a moment as a myriad of legs unfold from this massive centipede that snatches the rabbit up and pulls itself up into the trees. And you are left standing at the shore, knowing there is much greater threats in these woods.
Hey, Mitra! I think you're on the wrong side of the river.
She, it's a moment to be like, wow, at least you know what that was.
Sorry, I wanted my mummy line.
Yeah, she turns around to Tykin and just kind of and then she crosses back over.
Okay. You all begin pushing deeper into these woods upstream, following them to where they start to separate again. The trees now start to fall away on the left side, the wood seeming to get more sparse and thin. Some of the trees here are notably less green. They've started to lose their leaves, and the wind here starts to get a bit chillier and colder as you push deeper into the wood. The two rivers separate again, going in their own paths for a moment, and you are now left in this wide open bog with a rock wall running along your right side with those same caves dotting it all over. The kind of wide open fen or swamp here seems much less lively than the river did. The grass itself is a much deeper hue of like yellowy beige strangeness, not healthy looking. There are tall cattails and brush that seem to fill the space up to the upper waist everywhere here. It's a more severe look than the swamp you had started in, for sure. The clacking seems to fall away as the woods do as well, the strange chitinous noises you've been hearing, assumingly just the one centipede thing chasing you. You all arrive out here, and the first thing you would notice is some of these stones that have been what look to be either carved or rubbed into almost headstone-like shapes that dot the random spaces here. Some look very natural and minimalist, and others are carved very intricately into these very blatantly gravestones for people, markers of some kind. And they dot the different pieces of land all through this swampy area as the air grows colder and the snow and ice begins to reappear around you.
So much for warmer weather. How long have we been traveling for, Ian?
Maybe a few hours at this point, just walking along the river's edge,
So it's
trying to stay.
Probably about midday, maybe a little after.
Something like that. Days are always confusing here.
Well, sleep cycle.
Yes, you are halfway through your cycle.
Sounds very dystopian.
Yeah.
That's just an extra cycle of sleep, if you like.
You all can't help but think about the fact that you left a lot of supplies back in Iris, and your cart and your two pack animals, the deep Rothe, that were pulling. Now that you've had to tread this far on foot 2 days in a row. The space here it's oddly peaceful, although definitely not a positive or healthy kind of peaceful. It's very quiet. Snow begins to fall again as you push deeper into the swamp and marshy area. The woods begin to expand back out and wrap around this small marsh lake area that you're in. If you're to keep going and following the rivers, you will be pushing into the forest proper, as a point of clarity for the rest of you. But you begin passing through the headstones around you, seeming to thin back out, and the woods before you growing taller and severe.
I guess before they do that, Mitra will just ask everyone to stop briefly. And she's going to go take a look at a couple of the headstones, just to see if they're in any language that she understands.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
Same.
Okay,
I will observe.
There is no
Mostly
better
I'll
way
just
to
be
ask
fucking
this
freaking out.
than, do any of you speak Sylvan?
What?
Let me check.
Sylvan.
Which? What?
Sylvan.
Oh my God.
Vavin.
Let's
Sylvan.
see.
why I-
Language.
No, common, dwarvish, and giant.
I don't know. Is Elfish underneath it?
No. Mitra, you would notice one that's written in the tongue of giants. It is, it's just a name, a singular name, seemingly a last one, Fellhammer, on a rather large stone that doesn't seem carved at all. It seems completely natural, other than the name that's been inscribed on it. And it stands in a place where the water seems, it seems like the water would have been deep here, but it's fallen away with time, where now it is almost a dry spot here in the swamp.
Anything in celestial?
No. The language of the gods doesn't seem to have touched these stones.
I mean, this is potentially the,
You're right. Absolutely. It was a good question.
fair question.
She takes a moment to think about this is likely kin, that sort of thing, and her own ties to her own beliefs aren't, as far as she knows, doesn't really follow the main pantheons, but she does believe in the spirits, and so she offers a prayer that's more of just a couple words, just kind of like a rite to pass the soul along. Just a little quirk she does. But with that aside, and it's like, oh wait, everyone else is checking headstones. Oh, okay. She just wondered if anyone's found anything of interest, and if not, then perhaps they should continue into the forest.
You take some time giving your prayer, and you do notice while you're giving the prayer that there are some runes and sigils along this stone. They're very simple, but they're mostly of protection and good passage, safe passage rather. Very usual for any headstone you would see. They don't stand out in any way. But you give your piece, and you all begin pushing into the woods then. No turning back now?
Wow.
It's like half of a day.
Hey man, that's the magic of a survival campaign. You have all the time in the world.
Half of the cycle.
Half of the cycle.
Maybe we should spend an hour of the cycle in a... No, we don't need a short rest, do we? No, we don't recover. No one recovers anything on short rest anyway.
Not entirely true,
Apart from
but-
hit die. Hit die.
No,
I mean, what, you...
there's stuff I can do that.
Nah, no you don't.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
check
no,
over
you
my
don't.
dagger
I
finally.
don't
Mitra with the nah, fuck you.
You can just finally check over the freaking dagger.
Nah.
I'm kidding.
The
I'm
only
kidding.
thing
If-
I'm going to do with that dagger is detect magic. That's not going to tell me shit.
No, I'm kidding. If we've been traveling for like something
And I'm
like
not
half
wasting
of
my
our
last spell
cycle,
slot, so fuck you.
yeah, if we've traveled half of our cycle, then maybe we should sit for an hour, considering we did like over 20 hours before we got a bit of rest earlier.
That's not a bad point.
That's at least the reasoning.
There are a few places where you could probably set up and be moderately safe. It certainly wouldn't be the best. You're in the open, but at least you would see whatever's coming, if it does.
One of the time-honored caves. Sure. I mean, Mitra's interested if everyone else also wishes to do the same.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. You all take some time, clear out another cave as you did before, burning away some of the web with torches. It doesn't burn as well this time. A lot of the ebb seems to be icy, and so it becomes wet as you heat it. But eventually, you end up finding a nice place to settle in for an hour or so and get some rest. It's not exactly easy going here in the marshes and in the swamps, so it does take a little more effort as you're moving through. What's our runtime currently, Kyle?
2 hours 40.
You all take some time and rest. Some of you thinking back on the moments you've had today, strange ones for a few of you. It would be Cheyenne that notices a variety of mushroom that grows in this area that's very akin to some that grow back in Ice Barrow.
Yeah, he does.
Probably would make
Don't say it like that.
it would probably be useful
I
in
mean, we know this old
being a
man's
part of
doing
a meal.
psycho shrooms. Like, come on.
He's tripping, bro. Leave him alone. But, Cheyenne, you do notice a variety of mushroom that's very akin to one that grows back in Ice Barrow. This kind of deep purple cap that is surprisingly safe to eat, even though it is brightly colored.
I guess I'll get some. But before, eating anything, I'll first rub on my skin, And then, if nothing weird appears, then I'll rub it on my tongue. And then if nothing weird appears, then I'll eat a tiny little bit. And if I don't die, then I'll eat more.
As I
That
watch,
way just-
as I watch him do this, I just pop like candy.
All right, guys, time for the trippin' episode. No.
I can't.
You
be-
take some
I-
time with it.
I can't. I'm immune to all that shit.
Drugs aren't diseases. Those are different things.
I mean to that
I was
shit.
told that
Could you
Example, I
imagine
was
if an
safe.
entire race was immune to drugs? Like,
I mean, no, what would be the point of taking the drugs, right?
right. This is just nasty food. It tastes like shit. But you take some time with it, Shanda, over the course of this rest, and find that it is safe. It doesn't leave any rash or anything on your skin. And once you eat it, it doesn't make your mouth numb. It seems exactly like what you thought it was.
Weird.
But you all finally finish up your rest, collecting a bit of new supplies for maybe a better meal than just a ration that's soggy.
Dude, I'm making mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Yo, at that point,
Um, and I think that is where we'll leave our episode for tonight.
At the mushroom soup?
The mushroom
Yeah.
soup.